I do like the weather of Florida. This feels fantastic. Um, I'll go to England on a rainy day with my raincoat and my umbrella, but I won't be riding there. Well, maybe one day.
We're live here with Hayley Hughes. This is a combination from Citra here in Florida, and Hayley with her own Eagle S jumping. This one, he's 9 years of age. He's another Dutch warm blood. So enjoyed watching Cutty Sark in a class before. Really nice horse. Cutty Sark enjoyed watching that one.
Yeah.
Out of the Dutch breed as well.
Look at this big striding horse, huh? He looks big. Big. And even though they didn't have a great score at dressage, I think they look fantastic. They had a beautiful show jump round yesterday. And they look really, really forward for this cross country.
Yeah, superb clear it was for Eagle S and Hayley Hughes. They lay overnight in 12th position, pretty much exactly on the halfway mark of this CCI2 star here at Terra Nova.
Look at the stride of that horse, that's beautiful. The canter, what a nice canter he has. It's probably a very strong horse to ride, but I think she does an excellent job pulling him up and bringing him back to balance. Set him for the fence, and beautiful jump. There she goes.
This pair, their third international start. They were at Red Hills for their debut. That was actually in 2020. And their last outing was in mid-May of this year at Trial. That was 4th place with a great double clear inside time on the cross country. And we're seeing that kind of form again here at Terra Nova. Coming down now to this, what has been already influential pair of brush callers at 15A and B.
Yeah, but look at her, straight, forward, beautiful, as it should be. That was lovely. She balanced, she saw her line, and then went forward to take it. Lovely, and again, look how well she balanced this horse. I'm sure it's a big, strong horse to ride, but the way she does it is beautiful.
Yeah, we have the little city girl coming through there beautifully, and we have a tall horse as well coming beautifully through the middle. So again, just shows type of horse for a good cross-country course. Danny, they can adjust and it still fits the stride length.
Well, that one should have been ridden a little bit stronger because he took a big look at that pitch.
Yeah, do you think they just had too positive a ride through the water? Maybe just took the eye off the ball momentarily.
Maybe that's what happened, yeah.
Well, okay, Danny, back to point 2 of your cross-country riding advice for the up-and-comings.
Point 2, what was it?
Well, point 1 was mindset. You said enjoy the ride.
Mindset, and then point 2 I said ride for yourself, not for anyone else.
I didn't hear that. I was obviously thinking about something else. Okay, ride for yourself. Okay,
yeah,
good.
because sometimes people expect you to do something or ride somehow,
yes.
And I think that's when we make mistakes because, well, they're not in the saddle.
No, and you're not in your sort of mindful moment, are you?
Exactly.
You're distracted by the other person that you're thinking about, potentially.
Yeah, so I would say trust your instinct and ride for yourself. Ride with what you feel and what you know. It's always great to get advice from especially people that know what they're doing, but it's just put it in your toolbox.
Yeah, and I think that's back to the point, best to walk the course the last time on your own. Take what you've learned, digest it, but then actually go out last time on your own, make a clear plan that you can then stick to rather than this too much.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I walk it the first time, sometimes with people, sometimes with myself, doesn't matter. It's just like a recognition course. Then the second time I walk it is with my trainer or with my friends that could give me a good advice. And that's where I take most of the time. I walk the lines 25 times as I need to, And then the last time I like to do it the day of the cross-country course. And by myself, I don't talk to anyone, and I just walk forward as if I'm riding. So I don't look back. If I'm not sure about a line, I don't walk it again. I just keep going. So trust that and just follow your plan. And I saw Elisa running with Fifi. Fifi, her new mare. Tiny sassy mare. But I think she is going very nice and forward. Look at that.
Yes, Elisa Wallace it is. We welcome, lying overnight in 21st position, 47.2 out on the course. And this little Holsteiner thoroughbred mare, she stands diminutive at 15.2 hands. She's 8 years of age. We had an 8-year-old in the 4-star for second, Danny. That Pyro Magic was quite brilliant earlier, so we know the
Wow.
8-year-olds, they can really operate.
That is awesome, isn't it? The quality of horses they're breeding is
Yeah,
just fantastic.
absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, and we have Leslie doing a great job right there.
Leslie Law running down to the last fence, and it's been another brilliant performance. This is Countess Cooley approaching the last fence. 35.4 had him up in 7th position. The Olympic champion now 18 years ago, back in Athens, crosses the finish line. But when you think about 18 years ago, Danny, the way Leslie's riding, he is riding as well as ever. It's clear to see this weekend.
Leslie, I mean, it's a pleasure to watch him ride. You know, I always think it's like a poem to watch him ride. He's just nice and soft, and it's just beautiful, beautiful. You know, like no interference with the horse. It's just makes it look so easy. That's Elisa. She just went over the ditch. Yeah, tiny forward mare. Look at that.
Yeah, she's ripping round the edge of the alligator pond, as I've named it for obvious
Good.
reasons.
Yeah,
Still
yeah,
flying.
yeah.
Tully Murray. Fifi has got a couple left. Outstanding here for Lisa Wallace. It's been a good round to watch.
Yeah, well, Elisa is definitely a cross-country rider. She enjoys it. She really likes that. She always says that this is what she likes to do better. And yeah, we can see it right here, how a beautiful rider she is, cross-country rider. Really, really good. She likes to go forward and pick the best distance line for the horses. They all go very well for her because I think she gives them a very fair ride. Yeah, she's about to finish. One more fence to go, and she looks great. I think this is the best. The exposure to the big event, to a great atmosphere. So I think it's great that he decided to go out there and still perform the cross country, because what a better place than this one to take your horse out there and do a good cross country course.
Yeah, John Michael Dewar is through the last combination. And in the start box, I can tell you, we've got Michael Nolan about to leave for Ireland. Apologies for the slight breaks in our identification on who's out on the course. It's coming quite thick and fast here. We will hopefully pinpoint it down for you as we go forward. Just trying to keep an eye on the cameras, and who's who and where is not totally easy. But JM Dewar has crossed the line, and it's a good round for him with Global Night Fury.
Beautiful, beautiful, and the horse looked full of running at the end of the course, which is great. That's what you want to feel, and that's what you want to have when you finish a cross country, especially up to the prelim level. I would say that's where you start to have to worry about your horse's fitness properly. And here is Jesse Regan, who it seems to be struggling with this strong horse, struggling to balance. He seems to be Jesse is really struggling to balance this horse, but yeah, he's getting the job done, definitely.
Yeah, Jesse Regan, nicely positioned after show jumping. Great clear it was in the stadium yesterday. 34.7, tied in an 8th position with Robin Walker. Coming now to this combination, 11AB table to corner. And nicely through there, got quite deep, but again, quick enough in front, Danny.
Yeah, I think he did a great job. Like I said, he seemed like he was struggling to balance the horse, but that combination looked really nice and steady. And like you said, yeah, a little bit too deep, but the horse is quick and scrappy, and look at that. Nice. I think she's doing a great job. Yeah, again, strong balance before the track-inner. Looks great. And then we have Courtney. Courtney Lucas finishing. And This is Zachary Brandt. Michael Lonan. Michael from Ireland. And his horse, Karabekh. How do you pronounce that? Karabekh Hula Baloo? Lovely soft rider. Look at those hands and his elbows. Lovely, smooth ride. Makes it look so effortless.
Well, the Irish, yes, they're brilliant exponents, whether it's show jumping or eventing, hunting. They're through and through horsemen, and Michael Nolan out on the course. And yes, Karabekh Hullabaloo it is, coming down to this turnover barn out of the little sand crossing here. Danny is giving a lovely ride, just letting the horse look at the fence in front of him, not sort of
Look
pressing him on
soft.
takeoff.
So soft. He's letting the horse use the top line. And the horse seems to be really happy with his ride. I love that.
Michael Nolan moved to the USA in 2015. He was mentored initially by Robin Walker. Just coming earlier, Robin of Grass Lake up in Michigan. He started eventing in 2013. His background was in show jumping. And this horse is at his 5th international start, 7 years of age only, and a great record. 3rd at the Plains in Virginia. They were 4th in the horse park in Ocala, April this year. And last outing up at Plantation Field in Pennsylvania was also good for 8th place. So this is a class young pair.
I think that's one of the nicest rounds we've seen so far. Lovely round. And here we have Jesse finishing. It's about to finish one more jump.
Yes, RCA Society Law just balanced a little bit by Jesse Regan before the final fence. They come home well. That's a nice round here.
She did a fantastic job. It seems to be a really strong horse, but I think she does a great job. Seems not to be an easy ride, but she makes it happen.
Is that Zachary Brandt is just turning after the first combination. That was the double brush to triple brush at 6AB. Now comes this little cabin on the mound, which is a little set-up fence, Danny, just to get the horse back on his hocks before the first water.
Yeah, I think the mountain over there, it's a little bit steeper than what we can see. So the horses probably get a funky step before they jump. And television, we cannot really appreciate it, but yesterday I was walking it and it looks a little bit taller, bigger than what. Oh, and then, well, sadly that's gonna be a 20 because he had to circle.
Well, maybe, but did they present?
I think that's gonna be,
Because we had this situation in Buccalo back in the day with Clark Montgomery.
okay. Yes,
Didn't
I
present, and we actually appealed it, and I think he got away with it because the
Good.
horse actually wasn't lined up to jump. So I'm sort of going a little bit that way. But
I think that's gonna be a point of discussion. For what I can see from the television, seems like he did present it, but I could be wrong.
you mean Mexican, Danny?
I'm sorry. Sorry, Zach.
So the new starter is away and Buck Davidson is out on the course. And this is the lovely Serafino D for the man who's been at 2 World Equestrian Games out on the track. Buck, he had a dressage score of 35.5, clear in the show jumping. He starts in 11th position. Gabriel Ruan is up at the far reach of the course. That is just turning between the table to corner 11A and B. This horse is pricked. It's a beautiful expression. He's an absolute model of focus here.
Look at her. Look how well she rides her horses. Remember yesterday we were really impressed the way she rode the show jumping? Well, I have to tell you, I'm as impressed as I was yesterday. Lovely round, lovely forward, positive, soft round. The horses seem to really like what she does with them.
Yes, we love this horse. It is RHS Obora's Gold Wing coming down to the Trakehner at 13. That is the Lewin Trakehner, one of our superb sponsors here at Terra Nova.
And here we have, at the end of the course, Zachary Brandt. That seems to be taking it easier after that spook his horse had. It's probably a young horse, and like we said, I think it's a great place to expose the young horses for the next level.
Yeah, Zachary Brandt is at the last combination. That is the gate 2 brush. 19A, B and C, and then pops out over 20, the shoulder brush on the home run now. He's got about 200 meters to the finish line here at Terra Nova. We're in the heart of Florida. We're just down to the about 20 miles inland of Sarasota.
Sarasota, they say the city of Sarasota is beautiful. I haven't been there, but everyone that's staying there is very happy.
Well, next year, Danny, we need to go to Siesta Key Beach, apparently. I was told, I met a Coke marketing lady on the plane, and she said that, yeah, Siesta Keys is the place to go. Beautiful white sands, and probably unlike, well, not dissimilar to Mexico, I could imagine.
Well, probably not. And Zachary Brandt finish. We'll see. We'll see what the judges think about that spook. But now... So we have Gabriel again. Look, well, now we have Buck on the.
Yeah, this is the bridge oxer for Buck Davidson. He's travelling nicely. Serafino D looks again up in his hand nicely.
I always admire about Buck how well he can balance on any type of horse. It's just unbelievable. Big, small, fast, slow. Doesn't matter what type of horse he can ride it and ride it well. It's incredible.
Buck Davidson runs down to the Lewin Trakehner, pops out over there effortlessly. And now we are live, yeah. Doesn't float off the tongue as nice as the jump out of the Trakehner, but at the last fence, soaring across the finish line.
Flying.
Gabriel Ruran has galloped across the line. RHS Obora's Gold Wing is strongly home.
Good for her. And this is John Holling. Jonathan Holling. It's a really, really good style of riding. You can tell it's John from miles away. Oh, well, a little spook at the water, but I think he's gonna definitely get away with it. It's just a silly spook, and he rode that perfectly forward, and he gave the horse no choice but to keep going.
I'm delighted to finally reveal some scores. It is 6 that are inside the time. Caitlin Harford, Basilon Bells, Rory Frangos and City Girl inside as well. Callie Kaur enjoyed her round earlier. Falcon Woods, Glacier inside, as was Erica Zumplik, and Cole Noma came very early. Ben Noonan, 5:20. That's the third quickest of the cross country so far, and Buck Davidson's first ride. Strathcarrow Solitary Minstrel was also inside, 5:19 and 28.6 at the moment. Danny is the leading score of the competition.
Good for him, and he just started with his other horse. So we have in the course John Holling, Buck Davidson, and Ben Noonan. Those three are riding right now. And here we see John Holling with his beautiful soft style of riding.
Yeah, he's a master. I quite agree. I saw him today and I said, yeah, I haven't seen him ride for quite a few years until the show jumping yesterday, and he's a little wizard, isn't he?
He is.
He just sits very still in the saddle.
Look how soft that was. It was just a call of attention to his horse, but he even did that very softly and nicely.
Buck Davidson, though, is travelling, really starting to motor now. Beautiful ride for Serafino D at this point. He comes down to these brush corners at 15A and B. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Done.
He's way done.
Finished.
He's cruised home. Apologies. It's just keeping the flow out there. Not easy for the aging mind. Super round for Buck Davidson.
Supreme, and now we have the leading after show jumping yesterday, Street Fighter with Benjamin Noonan, and I'm sure he's gonna try to make the time. Why not?
Leading score as we stand 28.6, and Benjamin Noonan is 1.9 penalties ahead of that. Street Fighter is out on the course. They led the dressage, they were inside the time and clear jumping. 26.7 is the best score after 2 phases.
That's a nice score, and
he's the only one that can go ahead of Buck Davidson.
the only one.
Yes.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure he'll do his best to do that. And here we have Holling at the end of his course, going to the yellow table. Then he has the mountain, and then a couple more jumps, and that's it.
Fernand Copain coming down towards the last combination. The gate 2 brushes at 19 ABC. Little speed bump here from Mogi Beard and Muller, our cross-country course designer. Up the mound, up onto the little plateau. Vertical rails, and then down to this pair of angle brushes beautifully through that.
Yeah, look at that. Well, now he made me think about the third advice that I would like to say about the cross-country. So many times people tell you need to be still when you ride. Be quiet, and be still. And sometimes we forget to move because we want to be so quiet that we become stiff. And watching John just make me remember how being still doesn't mean being stiff. It means move with the horse, and I think that makes a big difference when you're across the country.
Okay, thank you, Danny. As John Holling comes across the line at number 140. I absolutely agree, though. You've got to react in the moment, and sadly, just running by. Yeah, 20 penalties it is.
For Eugenia Fletcher. No, that's...
Calicore Mastermind, I think. Yeah, sadly, it's come unstuck.
Well.
So last out on the cross-country, ladies and gentlemen, of the 2-star short format. On course, Michel Mercier, the new starter and last starter of this international competition. This is a very tall Irish sport horse. He stands 17 hands. It is Cherchine Fun for all away. Michelle hails from Carlock in Illinois. Owns this horse herself, and well, 17-hand Irish horse is going to be a fun machine across country.
That's going to be a big horse. Look at that. Big. Yeah. Reminder to keep going. Calicore.
Calicore out of the main arena. With Mastermind, she had that one blip at the first combination, sadly, out of the early double 6A and B for an early 20. She now swings left-handed to come to another accuracy question. The table's a corner at 11AB. Little left-hander.
There she is, and she clears her. Well, no problem. And we see Ben Noonan finishing his cross-country round. He seems to be quite happy. So I'm assuming he made the time.
Yeah, Benjamin Noonan idles across the line. Beautiful round, and Buck Davidson's score will come under fire. 28.6 is the leading score at the moment. With the one that can beat him just completing a great-looking cross-country round, we'll give you that confirmed score as soon as it comes through.
That was Kylie. And there's only 2 riders on the course right now. Callie and Michelle. There she goes. That's Michelle, giving him a strong ride, making sure the horse goes through the jump. I'm sure there's something over there because a lot of horses seem to be taking a peek, coming inside the ring or outside the ring. So maybe it's the change of footing. I don't know.
Yeah, I said that as a possible explanation earlier. They've come through the water, and maybe riders just kind of breathing at the wrong time,
Right.
Danny, just thinking, okay, the water's done. But I think also the footing change maybe
I do think
is an
that
explanation.
I think the horses are at this level. They have to be so aware of where they go and where they stand up. That I think that can be a tricky situation for them. And here we have Cali Core going at the last half of the second half of the course.
Yes, Cali caught through that last water. It's quite an imposing effort, I'd say, at two-star level as well. Not totally easy. It's riding very well, but it's there to be jumped. Puts in a massive jump out over the ditch and palisade, and they are still full of running into the last eighth of this course.
Yeah, it looks like a big strident horse, and sometimes I can tell you for a girl who's not big, that can be a challenge. So I think she's staying on the horse very nicely. Look at the gallop this horse has. It's just beautiful, uphill and round.
Mastermind hind engine really underneath him as he nips up the hill to this last combination, beautifully down over the double brushes.
I think that's the nicest one we have seen. Beautiful, straight. The horse knew exactly what they were supposed to do. That was a lovely
And as a
ride.
As a rider, Danny, coming to these kind of slightly undulating combinations, you've got to set the horse up right. You've got to make adjustments, haven't you? You've got to keep things forward.
Right.
If you over-adjust, the horse can get backwards in the mind.
I think there's a very fine line when too much is too much and when too low is too
exactly.
low.
We're talking about the strong horse earlier, but again, if you're overly cautious, then
you kill it.
Yeah.
I think what I do in my head is keep riding the hind legs. Pull as much as you need to, as long as the hind legs.
That's a
keep
good
moving.
one. Yes. Because you neglect the back end, and suddenly you're facing 20 penalties.
Right.
So on course now, Michel Mercier to anchor the two-star short tip at Terra Nova. Comes down behind this last water that is, well, not jumped through for obvious reasons, as it's the alligators' happy resting place.
No, thank you, no.
You need a health and safety officer with a shotgun, or better a rifle if they use that as a jump
effort.
effort.
Extra points for going through that water.
Exactly. Plus 20.
Exactly. Minus 20.
No, plus 20. You've had a refusal. You can get.
You can get away with
exactly. It's a bonus. I like it.
There
I like it,
we can
Danny.
make that a new rule.
So the last of the two-star comes down to the finish line, and it's been a good round to watch here. Beautiful afternoon. We're enjoying it. It's just after 2 o'clock here in Florida, and one fence just actually colliding with the tree there. Hope she didn't catch that in her eye. It was a little. But that again, the adrenaline, Daniela, you can get a little bit.
It's so easy to miss at the last fence. It's so silly. And when you're riding and you know you're gonna miss, and you think of yourself, well, really? Did I just do that? So probably Michelle thought the same.
But yeah, very happy to see Michelle Mercier crossing the line. She's not at all worse for the little tree collision down to the last fence, and a good round to complete it. Mogi Bidemuller's two-star cross country. All horses looking very good at the finish line. That's certainly obvious.
I think, like I said, I think we have great horses, and I want to give a nice call to the vets. I think they've been doing a fantastic job. I just was speaking to Nancy yesterday. Great vet, really professional. So, yeah, thank you, vets, for being here.
Yes, it's a huge team here, led by Shelley Page and Max Corrigan in the show office. What a brilliant job they have done in coordinating this event at Terra Nova, Daniela, for the second year. And yeah, everybody's just loving it. The positivity here, the overall feeling is impressive. And when you look around and you get a sense of the whole place, you can understand why everybody is very buzzed up to be here.
Right, like I think we were saying earlier, the owners of this place definitely put together a great team of volunteers, of organizers, of course designers. I think they have the best of this country, so it should be a great event for the coming years.
Well, Danny, thank you very much for your input today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Great to have you here. And ladies and gentlemen, we will bring you that final leaderboard in just a moment. We turn our attention to our sponsors here for the second event at Terra Nova. We thank our equine sponsors that are BEMA, that is their electromagnetic energy. They have a 10-tip and used for either horse or rider improvements of circulation. Thank you to BEMA for their support of the event at Terra Nova. Bimeda, they are perhaps the biggest animal health company you've never heard of. Their products have been trusted by veterinarians and owners since the 1960s, when their Irish roots began. Their initial product was polyglycan, a patented formula that replaces lost or damaged synovial fluid. And Confidence EQ, again, one of the early products, which was designed as a pheromone gel to reduce and prevent equine stress. You can find out all about their products, which include Equimax, Bimectin and Exodus, at their website, that is bimedaus.com, bimedaus.com. And our business sponsors, thank you to Engler Windows and Doors. They have been serving the community, offering personal service and a choice of high-end windows and doors, serving architects, builders, designers and homeowners. Engler is the exclusive dealership in Southwest Florida for Lewin Windows. Sponsor the Trakehner out on the 2-star course this afternoon as well, Lewin. And they are a leading brand for both style and quality. Thank you to Acumen, a national law firm. They have 24 offices throughout the USA, including 9 offices located in every major urban centre in the state of Florida. They have more than 700 lawyers and consultants that serve businesses and families across the country. And they have developed an unparalleled track record in high-stakes litigation, M&A transactions, mergers and acquisitions, and transformative real estate developments. They infuse startup agility with over a century of enterprise stability. Acumen meets changing client needs whilst adapting to market disruptions. To learn more and to stay updated on how current events impact your business, please visit their website, Acumen, akerman.com. Kirkering Barberio is one of the largest independent accounting firms on the Gulf Coast of Florida, and has been serving the local community for now over 50 years. They work with thousands of individual and business clients throughout Florida and internationally. And along with traditional tax and audit services, they focus on several niches, including outsourced accounting, estate and trust planning, healthcare advisory, and international tax consulting. Thank you again to Kirkering Barberio. Blaylock Walters Law Firm, they provide high-quality, personal and comprehensive legal services to businesses and individuals. For more than 95 years, Blaylock Walters remains dedicated to their legacy of giving back to the communities where we live and prosper. B&D Builders were the sponsors of our opening class, the 3-star short, and they are the dedicated builder here for the entire estates projects at Terra Nova, which is exciting and no doubt is going to catch fire in recent and years to come. Thank you to them. They are proud sponsors of Terra Nova Equestrian Centre and the estates at Terra Nova. B&D Builders, located in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. They build fine custom equestrian facilities that will exceed your expectations. You can see B&D Builders' craftsmanship, creativity, and attention to detail at every equestrian arena here at Terra Nova, and of course all of the buildings. Boyd Insurance are approaching their 50th year serving the community. Boyd Insurance and Investments provides protection for life with support through life's unforeseen circumstances for your home, businesses, employee benefits and other assets. Fifth Third Bank believes in giving back to the community and is proud to support Terra Nova Equestrian Centre in all of its pursuits. And Leibold Irrigation, their client list is a who's who of golf and country clubs, from Hawaii to Pebble Beach to Kennebunkport and Augusta. Their clientele is world class. They've worked hand in hand with the world-renowned golf course architects, resulting in some of the most awe-inspiring landscapes. They are now delivering that level of excellence to the equestrian industry. From Pebble Beach to Terra Nova Equestrian Centre, Leibold Irrigation keeps the course at hand ready for sports. Sarasota Ford is a proud sponsor of Terra Nova. Sarasota Ford is family owned and operated since 1995. As the area's largest volume dealership, it can offer its customers the area's largest inventory to choose from, with great prices, with an incredible experience. Sarasota Ford has also won the Sarasota Herald's Reader's Choice for 7 straight years as the best place to buy and service your vehicle. For more information, please visit them at sarasotaford.com.